Hi there team, this is Blair here from Pinnacle Health Clubs once again with Bianca as my assistant doing all the hard work just for a change. Today we're going through a strength-based workout, so there's not going to be any running around or bouncing around or anything like that. Today's objective is slow controlled tempo with exercises, finding a type of variation that best suits you and your capabilities, make sure you're working within that. So we're going to get into our warm-up in a second. You don't need a huge space today. You do need a mat because there will be some mat work. If you do have a weight handy for some of the exercises, you will need those. So if you have 2 drink bottles, for example, you can use those. But we'll get into things. We've got plenty of time to source that. If you're watching, I'm going to get Bianca to do a few things for me for a warm-up, and you guys are all going to follow. We're going to do our sweeps. So I'm going to lock out our legs and draw hands close to those. We're going to do 5 on each side. So a little bit different to our cardio based sessions. The next one I'm going to get her to transition to, she's going to go for a hip flexor back to a hamstring. She's just going to rock back and forth. You can put your hand up in the air if you need it, guys. So you're going to go 5 and 5 on each leg. So a little bit different type of mobility drills before we start our main working block today. Once again, if you do have some sort of hand weights you can use or anything to that effect, that would be great. Not essential though. I'm doing all the hard work, so I'll have a drink. How you going there, B? She's going well. Lower intensity for the body today. As soon as we've done those, we're going to jump onto the feet. Just taking your time. If you need to do a few extra reps or a few extra holds, you can do that. Jump up onto your feet. So we're going to do your lateral lunges. Just going to nice stretch through the inside of that leg. Once again, you're just going to go for slow reps. You're going to go for 5 each side. It's a low impact, low intensity type session today. Just whilst you're doing that, we are going to do 3 exercises per working set. They're going to be 5-minute durations. There's going to be a designated amount of reps on those. However, we'll get up to those once we start. Your trusty leg swings is what we're doing next. So if you've got something close by that you can hold on to, ideal. Got someone working out with you, can hold on to them, preferably a wall. Social distancing, of course. So 10 kick throughs, and then we're going to go straight across the front as well. It feels like I need to do that. I feel like I'm not doing much. After that, guys, we're going to transition into our slow calf pumps. You would have seen us do the fast ones previously in cardio sessions, but we're just going to go for extended holds on them. We're going to go 10 on each side. You can see Bianca's pushing her heels right to the ground. We're going to go 10 on each side, just to limber up. So a few things you're going to hear me say a lot today is tempo. When we talk about tempo, that is the speed of the exercise, the lowering and raising certain exercise. So if you hear me talking about that, that's what I'm talking about. It's taking your time through those calves. And then we'll be jumping up onto our feet once we're done with those. There we go, B. I hope you're not counting. I'm not. So what we're going to do, guys, got the hurdlers. We're going to do those up and back. Oh, I just cracked. That was loud. I don't know if you guys heard that in the microphone. So we're going to work from the outside in, the inside out on our ways up. We're going to do that a few times. And we're going to get prepared for our session. Alright, we are pretty close to starting now, guys. So we're going to go through our 3 exercises, so make sure you do have your working station ready. I'm going to get Bianca to perform the 3 exercises to start off with in a 5-minute block. So you've got 5 reps of your controlled tempo squat. You can see what she's doing there. Nice and controlled. Tempo. That's what we're talking about. So 3 seconds on the way down, 3 seconds on the way up. So we're talking about the time more than rushing it. Your second exercise is your single leg glute bridges. Stand back. So 5's the magic number for this round. Once again, tempo. Going for that extended hold up the very top. Nice squeeze through there. So 5 on each side. Your third exercise, probably the most challenging, I'd say. Walk out hamstrings. Bianca wrote this program as well, by the way, guys. So walking out your heels as far as you can, and then walking them back. So that one's for 10. So we are going to start our session in 5 seconds. Well, our working blocks anyway. That again is your squats. If you'd like to make it more challenging, you can have weight in the hands, but it is tempo that we are going for. Excuse me, dry throat. So that's 5 repetitions of that. These reps are roughly taking a 7-second time frame. If you do feel like showing off, you can do an overhead squat. I don't think I'm going to get her to do that today. That was a hard no. Once again, 5 on each side. So keeping the reps pretty simple in terms of the counting. It's not a rush to get through all of these today. All about the control. I feel very relaxed just talking along. Not my high intense self. So we've got 4 minutes to go, guys. So we've got through those 3 exercises. I've got through 2 exercises in a minute. So you can see it's not about speed in this one. So Bianca's forgotten about the hardest one of the 3. You see she's got her palms up as well, so she can't grip onto the floor and engage other muscles. Should be feeling it back of the legs, hamstrings. Should be keeping hips up as high as you can. And walking out your feet as far as you can as well. So 10 reps of that. Great job, B. Great job, guys. Just keeping those hips up. They are hard, of course. They're challenging. So that's taken a minute and a half to get through those 3 exercises. So we should get pretty close to 3 sets in all up of those exercises. If you're wearing your heart rate monitors today, you won't see big spikes of 89% heart rate, but you still will see spikes of it, depending on intensity of the exercise for you personally. Good thing about this type of training as well is a prolonged effect as well of burning calories if you add weight. Great job, B. How are the legs feeling? Legs are feeling great. Just make sure as you get tired, you're not rushing through your reps as well. We're already at the halfway mark that first round. Those of you that have tuned in and done our high intense cardio or our hybrid type sessions, this is a little bit different to what we've been doing. Great job. Doing a really, really good job with these walkouts. Just alter it to any sort of distance that you guys find beneficial for you. Just a bit of a reminder as well. Hopefully you've got some sort of hand weights, something of even distribution. Act as dumbbells. Cans out of the fridge. Kombucha. Suggested that previously. So a minute and a half to go. We're going to be pretty close to getting our 3 rounds out. Should be pretty close with all of the working blocks we have today. Doing more talking in this than in a normal session. So approaching the last minute, just make sure we're maintaining that nice and controlled flow. Just a bit of a footnote on this, pardon the pun. You can go on the toes as well if you want to make it a little bit more challenging. Totally up to you. Last minute to go. Enough time for the hamstring walkouts. Our favourite of the 3. Keep your hips up as best you can, guys. Might even get a few more squats in. So you should be feeling it. Back of those legs. Should be bracing. Should be bracing. So there's a few different areas that you should be feeling this on the body at the moment. Great job, Bianca. A few more squats and she's going to be done for the first round, and so are you guys. We'll have a rest break coming up. Last few seconds. I still want you guys, no matter what you're up to on that exercise, I still want you to finish the reps on it and then you'll finish your round. So have a minute and a half of rest, all up. If you need a drink, you do what you need to do. Now's a good time to grab hand weights or something similar. Plenty of time to grab those, and you can catch it up anyway if you're struggling to find anything. Thought she had 2 drink bottles there, she's only got 1. So our 3 exercises, she's got the hand weights in her hand, so we'll use those first. So we've got our Arnold presses, so supinated to a pronated press. I'll get you to show us through that, B. So she's facing the palms in, not going out too wide, pressing above the head. That same sort of tempo that we've been going through with those squats as well. So 2 seconds roughly up and down. We've got our push-ups. Be either on the toes. See how she's doing a hold down the bottom as well. If you struggle to get yourself back up, you can put the knees, that's not a problem at all. Our 3rd exercise is our bent over rows. We didn't do those in order. So you see here she's got a really good angle through the back. She's got slight knee bend and sitting the hips right back. So she's feeling tension through the hamstrings in that position. Elbows tucked in. So keeping it simple with the rep ranges, guys. You got 5 push-ups, you got your 5 rows, and you've got your 10 presses. What are we going to start with, B? Dealer's choice. Push-ups for the win. We haven't done enough push-ups in isolation yet, so it's probably time for some more. All about that controlled lowering phase. Good cue point as well is always having that angle through the shoulder. 45 degrees. Always want your elbow over the top of the wrist as well, pulling the shoulder blades right back in that fixed position. So into the overhead presses. This one's a lot more kinder on shoulders. However, if you are experiencing any weird feeling through the shoulder joint, you can go a more neutral grip, tucking them right in. There's a few different ones you can do on that one. Both pretty good for shoulder health. So once again, probably this positioning is the hardest to do out of the whole exercise. The exercise itself isn't too bad, but you see our B doing a slight knee bend, hinging through the hips. When we talk about hinging through the hips, what we're talking about is pretending that is like a door hinge. And we're trying to sit back through that whilst trying to maintain that posture through the torso. So once again, we're a minute and a half in and we've just done our first round. So we're looking at potentially getting 3 rounds done, which is our objective for the day. They do get harder as they go if you're doing these properly. So you see then, even though she's getting a bit tired, she's fixing those shoulder blades back. Elbows are in a nice angle as well, getting the most leverage out of her arms. Excuse me. So back to overheads. As we touched on, facing the palms towards the body at the start, and slightly bring the elbows out, and then over the head. So your arms should be right next to your ears at full extension overhead. You go, perfect. You should be a coach, B. Into our rows, a bit of a different position here. You see as well, she's not shrugging through the shoulders. She's pulling the shoulder blades right back, which is a really good cue point, particularly if those of you out there are sitting at desks, lots of traveling and driving for work. It will be a bit tighter in that area. So Okay, once again, we've got really controlled movement going here. It's exactly what we're after. There is controlled breathing as well. You guys probably can't hear that, but there is controlled breathing going as well. Inhale for the brace, exhale as we push up. To the presses, looking really good left side of the ear. If you need to use the knees a tiny bit, you can, depending on the weight that you're pushing overhead. As we touched on as well, can be 2 drink bottles, can be whatever you have lying around the house. We've seen people in our own community using books, for example, seeing everything, taking the initiative. So once again, the setup on this one, probably the most awkward if you haven't done it before. Bianca makes it look very easy, but just remember those cueing points, slight knee bend, hinge for the hips, or flatten out. Get your chest as parallel to the ground as you can. Shoulder blades fixed back, elbows tucked in. So down to our last minute, so should get 1 more round in. Great job, Beck. You're welcome. Getting through this quite well, guys. Hopefully you're all feeling good out there. This one you will be feeling it in the shoulders as you're pressing overhead. Hopefully not a bad pain, hopefully a nice burn, especially if you haven't done much overhead stuff before. As Bianca's doing really well, she's pushing straight overhead. What you don't want to be doing is going on that angle there or looking at your weights. She's keeping her head forward and then getting biceps or those upper arms by the side of the ears. So she might get 1 more of these in. Perfect timing. And guys, as soon as you finish that set, you are done. And everyone's favourite, rest break. Great. All right, so we've got a bit more core dominant, so we will need our mat. This last one, even though we have been using it, make sure you do have your mat or your towel ready to go. I'm going to get Bianca to walk us through our 3 exercises. So we have our plank seesaws. So you see there, she's shifting her weight forward as best you can with that one, guys. You can drop it to the knees if needed. As always with our planks, trying to keep that as neutral or as natural as we can through the spine. Got your side crunches. You see as well, her hips are right on top of each other. She's not rotated through, perfectly up into the roof. Then your third one is your Supermans. Bit of a memory game. So with this one, if the lower back hurts at all, don't want you to lift your feet off the ground, but you should be able to get the chest off the ground, just that little bit. So our rep ranges for that is, we've got 10s all round for this one, guys. So should get through 3 rounds of that. So Bianca's doing a really good job of shifting her weight past her shoulders, come past in line with the elbow, and shifting back. She's bracing all the time as well. It's just a slight movement through the toes. Going to make this harder. You can have someone sit on your back. No, I'm just joking. It's a pretty hard variation as it is. I don't know if Bianca wants to go 10 each side or not. You can just go 10 on one side, guys, and then 10 the next time you do it. We can go 5 and 5. It's up to you. Third and final exercise. I find these personally quite difficult. Supermans. Is there any prizes for guessing why it's called a Superman? So if you're feeling any discomfort in the lower back, reduce your range, or can do what B's doing as well. She's alternating. Can go an alternate Superman as well. So much like our last few sets, we've got a minute and a half in, and we've gone through a round of all of them. That's great. So we should get our 3 sets in. If you are out there and you are finding 3 sets to be pretty hard, but you want a little bit of a challenge, you can obviously add on an extra one at the end. It's totally fine as well. The memory game between 3 exercises, and what side do we just do for our side crunches? Just make sure as well, guys, you've got your shoulder in line with your hip, so everything's in line as well. B's doing a really good job there. I assume you all are at home as well. Benefit of the doubt, considering I can't see you all. Supermans or Superwomans. You can go those alternate as well, whichever you find preferable. Just while you're all doing that one, to give you a bit of a heads up, we are going to do a little bit of stretch at the end as well, because you will have some sore body parts. So look forward to that. So transitioning back, seesaws. As well, she's nice and strong through the torso there. If you are struggling a bit, you can drop to the knees, of course. Should get at least one more of each exercise to round off this strength round. Hopefully we can even out the sides. Always want to keep it even. And you can see Bianca there as well has got her hips in line and in line with the shoulders as well. Supermans / women's. Can go alternates, as you can see here. Just about done with this last round, guys. Should go pretty close to finishing one more of each exercise. Last round of seesaws. Tempo's gone a bit faster, I've noticed. Let's slow her down. Great job. Easier said than done when you're tired though, right guys? 10's the magic number for the round. Got 30 seconds to go. Looks like we're going to get all of these reps in. So we've evened out our sides. We're actually going to get 4 rounds total done. So we should have just enough time for the supers. Great. Whatever you're on now, guys, that is your last exercise that you're going to do for the day. If you've done it properly today, you should be feeling a nice burn through the muscles. We're just going to finish up with a bit of a stretch through some muscle groups, just to give you a bit of education and a few things to do as well in your everyday life. Great job, by the way. Get around each other. I didn't do anything, but you're welcome as always. Always looking important. Pat on the backs, virtual pats on the backs. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a few stretches just to round off the day. So if you've got a bar or a wall to push against, what I want you all to do is I want you to sit that heel to the ground. I want you to push all your body weight forward. I don't want that heel lifting on the ground, off the ground. So with these stretches, you can go anywhere between your 30 seconds to 2 minutes, depending on what you want to get out of the stretch. You can move as well in terms of different angles, depending on what's a bit tight. Recommend you get in the good habit of doing this daily. Swapping sides when you're ready. You will find that one side is always a bit tighter than the other as well. It's just an unavoidable thing in the life that we live every day. As soon as we're done with that, you don't have to rush through this. If you want to take a little bit of time with some of these, you can. Feel free to. Your next one is going to go through a hamstring stretch to the back of the legs on this one. So a few ways you can go about it. You can see that this one is a lot more flexible than this one. My capability personally is I go bent knees, hips back. I get more out of the stretch that way. You can see B over here, she's got the knees locked out. Different type of stretch for the back of the legs. Just taking your time as well with that one. Next one, just while we're on our feet, just going to get you, grab your wall, grab your foot, and pull that as close to you as you can. Bianca's forgotten how to stretch. She's only been a coach for the best part of a decade, it's fine. Once again with this one, if you want to get more of a stretch, you can lean a bit further forward. You should be feeling it in the front of the leg here if you're doing it properly. Try and adjust the angles as well to what works best. I'm going to finish up on the floor with hip flexor and hip flexor stretch. So we're going to go on one knee. Hopefully those knees aren't too sore. If you want to make this a bit harder, you can put one arm into the air and you can reach right over. Just make sure the hips aren't tucking underneath as well. Bit of cues in this one. You want to be squeezing here to be feeling it here with that leading leg. Once again, just transitioning when you're ready. You will find different angles on this one as well, so just adjust it accordingly. The last one of the lower body that we're going to go through is your pigeon stretch or your glute stretch. See how that's going to look. And do this in different ways as well. You see how I'm sitting up there? Go on shoulder width, one leg back, turn one ankle under, and sitting right back. You got both ankles just then, because it is a bit of a strange one to set up if you've never done it before. With this, you can sit right back. You can go a little bit lower. You can turn. Depends what best suits you. That's hurting me right now. I think it's hurting Bianca as well, from the looks of it. She's just cramped. This is an alternative that you can do. Nothing like a cramp after a strength session. Swap sides in your own time. Just about done for the day. Awesome, guys. That's all we have for you today. Once again, thanks for tuning in. A little bit different to what we have been doing. We've taken back the intensity a little bit, but if you are doing that correctly, you should have a bit of soreness, particularly through the legs, with the slow tempo squats that we were doing. If you have any feedback, as always, I'd love to hear it. Make sure you are putting up all your comments and feedback and that sort of thing in the Yammer group as well. Until next time, can't wait to see you all again. We'll see you for a bit more cardio as well this week. See you from Blair and Bianca.